How's it going, guys? RipleyGames here, back with another free thumbnail pack. This time, I went ahead and cut out a bunch of the assets from the Black Ops Cold War Zombies First Look trailer that premiered on the 30th, aka yesterday. This way, you could have a leg up on all of your thumbnail needs before the game launches in November. Now, I did cut them out at 4K resolution, however, I provided a 1080p file as well, for those of you who are like me and maybe have a computer that can barely handle regular HD files. Now, all the links will be in the description, both the 4K file and the 1080p file. Everything is 100% free. The only thing that I ask is if you find this useful or you think you might know somebody who could find it useful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Let's go ahead and see what is in this pack. Alright, so let me go ahead and throw a background picture on here so you can actually see the models. Alright, there we go. I'll put the Omega group up here. Alright, so in the first folder, you're going to find a series of cutouts. The first one being the zombies logo. Then you have this nice toxic zombie. You have another zombie. This demon dog, hellhounds, like hybrid type thing. I don't know what to call it. I've never seen it before. But yeah. Excuse me if I don't have all the lingo. I haven't played zombies since, like, iDub, so super excited to dig into it with Cold War. You have the barbed wire zombie with the purple glow. Love that. It matches really well with a lot of the different backgrounds that we have in this pack. I've got the elemental pop can. Then we've got the Juggernog. Super excited about this one. It was kind of small in the actual shot, but I went ahead and I cut it out anyway. And now we have the computer that you used to call in the aerial score streaks in zombies. And the Wanda weapon. Yeah, so that's it for all the cutouts, you guys. I tried to pick as many things as I possibly could that I thought would be useful. I mean, of course, there's motion blur and stuff on the trailer, so a little bit hard. But let's hop into the backgrounds, okay? So you have the first map staging area here. The elemental pop machine. You've got this energy from the Wonder Weapon. The Omega group. You've got another energy shot. This little gory scene here. This one I like to call the mustache zombies because they have like little mustaches. Another zombie shot. And then we've got the Forge, which actually I believe this is going to be the Pack-a-Punch machine. You've got the top of the Deadshot Daiquiri. And then you've got this green cave scene, which actually had a zombie in it, but I just edited out the zombie so it would just be a clear background. You've got this green burst from when the Hellhound, the new Cold War Hellhound, drops into the scene. You've got the Wonder Weapon coming out of the mystery crate. And then just a couple of overall scenes from the trailer. So that wraps up what's actually in the pack. Now I'm going to show you how to create a quick thumbnail using the pack. It's very easy. To get started, you're just going to make sure that you do not build your thumbnail in the pack. You're going to make a new document. So I make my thumbnails at 1920 by 1080. That's how I'd recommend that you make yours. You could also do it at 1280 by 720. All of the files in the 4K pack are 4K resolution, so if you drag them over to 1080p, they're going to be very, very large, but that's okay. When you scale them down, it's actually going to make them look better. Photoshop does something called bicubic resampling, so it's going to take that picture and it's going to sample it down, but it's going to make it sharper, so it's going to look clearer. So it's a good thing that we're starting off big and going small. So let's go ahead and make this document at the 1920 by 1080 range. Like I said, please do not build your thumbnail within the thumbnail pack. You are asking for a headache. Make a new document and do it there. Okay. So we've got our new document. We're going to go ahead and we're first going to choose a background from the thumbnail pack. So you're going to find the background that you want to use. I think I want one of these energy ones maybe. Yeah, we'll do this one. So you're going to select the layer of the one that you want, and then you're going to use the move tool by either pressing V on the keyboard to activate the move tool or selecting it from the tool palette on the left-hand side. And from there, you're literally just going to click on the image and drag it to the new tab that we just made, the new document that we just made. So here you can see me dragging it up. And boom. Give it a second to load, my computer's slow. And there you go. So you can see it is scaled up very, very large. And like I said, that's because we're going from 4K down to 1080p. And that's okay. I actually want this to be zoomed in, so I'm just going to position it where I want it. I kind of want it so that the glow is off to the side a little bit, because that's where I'm going to be putting my main character. So it'll really help to highlight the character on the thumbnail. Alright, now I need to grab a cutout. And I think I want to use one of the zombies. Maybe the barbed wire zombie, because he's got that purple glow behind him. So I think it'll look nice with the energy glow in the background. So we'll go ahead and drag him over the same exact way. And you can see how large he is compared to our actual document. And that's fine. I actually want him to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to scale him down just a little bit so there's enough room for text. And then I'm going to position him. I like to put him off to the side so that there's room for text. You can place your character wherever you want. It's your thumbnail. You can do whatever you like. I just prefer to push mine off to the side because of the rule of thirds. It's more interesting to the eye, and it also gives me a chance to put text on the thumbnail in a way where it's legible. I also avoid the bottom right side of the thumbnail, like putting anything important there, because your timestamp covers that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and reposition this background, and then we can start thinking about maybe blurring this out a little bit, maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a Gaussian blur. So I just went to my effects, filters, and I went to Gaussian blur. I'm going to do it at about 8 pixels, hit OK. Just gives it a nice depth of field so that the character is more in focus. After that, I think I'm going to go into, let's see. Yeah, let me grab the zombies logo. We'll put the zombies logo on here, place it on the top left, and we will make this maybe like a zombies update thumbnail. This is not anything that's going to be used at all. I'm really just making this for the sake of the tutorial, so. Yeah, we'll place this kind of like right here, and then we'll put some text in. We'll make it say update. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to scale up the text to my liking. You can use whatever font you want. I like this font. I've been using it a lot lately. It's clear. It looks very like, you know, straightforward sans serif fonts, easy to read, looks nice with gradients on it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to style my text the way that I want to. Feel free to style yours however you want to. I'm just going to speed through this, add a little drop shadow and a gradient. I think I started to go purple, and then I realized that there wasn't enough contrast there. Thumbnails are small. That's the whole point of them. People view them very, very small. They're meant to catch the eye, so sometimes you might pick a color that maybe you weren't intending on because it actually looks better. So I'm going to go with this yellow to orange gradient. It's way more eye-catching than the purple, way more contrast. And yeah, I'm going to add a drop shadow to the zombies logo as well so that it pops. And then I think I want to start adding some effects to this thing. I'm going to use my first thumbnail pack, the one that I made for Modern Warfare. You can get the link to that in the description. And there is a layer there that I use for Warzone gas. It's literally just a green cloud of gas. It's a screen layer, so anything that's black on that layer will be transparent. So when I drag it over, you can see it just looks like it adds a little bit of gas in the background, like some toxic gas. The green works well with the purple and even the yellow, but I think I want to make it purple. So we're going to go to the hue and saturation and change that to purple. There we go. There's so many different ways you can change the color. That's just the quickest and easiest way to do it, is the hue and saturation adjustment. And then from there, I think we're just going to move the zombie over just a little bit, and I want to add a little bit of glow. So I'm going to make a new layer above the zombie model. I'm going to set it to linear dodge. Then I'm going to take my brush. You can press the B button or just click it in the tool palette. And I'm going to use a soft brush at 0% hardness at about 150 pixels or so. And I'm going to choose a lavender purple color to complement the background. You kind of want it to match the lights that are in the background. And I'm just going to click around the edges of my cutout so that it appears like light is leaking around my cutouts. So it places them in the scene. You'll see some people who will do what I just did, where they'll just, like, they'll have a gun and they'll just, like, cover the whole thing in linear dodge, whatever color, to make it quote-unquote glow. On this particular thumbnail, I would not recommend that. However, if that's what you're aiming for, you want an all-over glow, feel free, have at it. It is your thumbnail. Alright, now I'm just taking the eraser tool and I'm getting rid of some of that inner purple so that it's only on the edges. It's not covering the entire model. I just want it to look like light is peering over his shoulders because it's so bright from behind him. So I'm just getting rid of some of that on the inside of the model. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I do want to add one more level of glow, and I'm going to do that with a layer style. So I'm going to click on the cutout of the zombie, and then up top I'm going to go to layer, layer style, inner shadow. And this is also going to be set to linear dodge. I'm going to pick a bluish purple color to match the background. There is a little bit of orange in the background from the explosion or fire that you see on the image, but the purple is way more prevalent. So I'm going to choose like a nice blue purple color, and we'll make that the linear dodge inner shadow glow on the cutout. So here we go. I think I kind of like, yeah, like that. That looks good. Alright, it's at 80%. You can copy my settings here. You can play around with it. I like to keep the size between 2 and 4 so that it's not too exaggerated. It just adds a nice little hint of color and contrast to the edges of your model to make it look like it's actually in the scene with proper lighting. And that's it. I keep calling it a model. It's just a cutout. I'm not working with 3D files here, which I normally do, but not this time. But I think that's it, you guys. That's our thumbnail. This is what we have made. I hope that this was informative for you. Please let me know if you get use out of this thumbnail. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please share it with your friends who are content creators. I hope that they'll find it useful as well. Be kind to each other, socially distance, wear a mask. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.